What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. The New York Jets offense, at least the passing offense, not very good. Aaron Glenn is not all that concerned at this point. Let's break it down. Look, the big story from today was the Jets passing offense. Here's a tweet from Connor Hughes who says, Jets practice over. Bad day for the offense. Run game was solid, but passing is not good at the moment. Justin Fields finished 9 of 17 with 2 interceptions. I did not have a completion beyond 5 air yards. He took 3 sacks. Stats do not include 1 of 4 passing with an int in 7-on-7 period. Fields has had a rough go of it lately. He is 15 of 43 passing, 34%. with 2 ints in full team work his last 3 practices. Aaron Glenn, though, when he spoke with the media, said that he is not concerned because it's still early in training camp. Now, there's 2 sides of this equation, right? It's not good numbers. There's no sugarcoating it. I understand that there is added context. There's drops involved. We'll talk about all that. But just looking at the numbers, the last 3 days have not been very good. There's more to it in practice than just the numbers, but I think it's a fair description of how he's played. He needs work as a passer still at this point. However, on the other side, there's still a month before the season begins. So you could definitely see improvement as it goes. But also, I'm just kind of sitting here wondering to a small extent, what did people expect? This is an offense that's going to be a ground-heavy team. This team in general is going to be a team that plays physical brand of football on defense, run the shit out of the ball, and hope they get just enough out of the passing game. Think 2009-2010 Jets. They're probably looking at, hopefully, somewhere in the top 10 rushing, but bottom 10 in passing. That's the most likely scenario that's going to happen here. You could have belief in Justin Fields that he takes the next step. I certainly hope he does in his development. But this passing, they're not going to be going out there throwing for 300 yards a game. That's just not how this team is built. I get why fans are frustrated when they see these numbers. And like, again, it's not good. But you had to, one, limit expectations to begin with to a certain extent with this offense. But number 2, there's still a long way to go, man. It's still only August 5th right now. Let's get through the rest of the month of August. It's going to be important to see how he practices against the Giants next week. It's going to be important to see how he plays in the preseason, which he wants to do. He said that today. Another note, Justin Fields would like to play in the preseason. I would assume he's playing against the Giants in week 2. That's when most of the starters will go. We'll see if he plays anything at all this week against Green Bay. Aaron Glenn will speak on that later in the week. But you know, there's like those will matter more than right now in early training camp. When we get to the end of August, if we're still having these conversations, if it's like, wow, for the last month, he's completed 46% of his passes, then yeah, we're going to have a problem. Then it's going to be a big time problem. But that's not where we are just yet. It also doesn't help things when the ball's bouncing off of Alan Lazard's hands. He had a drop today. A ball went off Jeremy Ruckert's hands for an interception today. That certainly doesn't help. I mean, like, drops have been an issue for this team. And Alan Lazard being here, you're going to have to live with it because that's his game. Even last year when he was improved, better stats a year ago when he was healthy and on the field, still led the league in drop percentage for the 2nd year in a row. If he's sticking around, you're going to have to deal with it. Jeremy Ruckert, unproven as a pass catcher. He's probably your tight end too right now. You're going to have to live with it. One other thing of note before we get to the quotes here, just because people love to talk about this guy. Malachi Corley, not a good day. Fumbled in a tackling drill. He has not had a very strong summer so far. He's run most often with Brady Cook, who is the 4th quarterback. I would like to see, again, reiterate, I would like to see Malachi Corley do enough to make the team this summer because I hate the idea of a 3rd-round pick being lit on fire here. This feels a hell of a lot more like it's going the way of Denzel Mims than it does that he's going to have this reclamation in August. I hope that it happens, but don't bet on it, would be my guess. He's got a long way to go. Before we get into the quotes, you may have noticed the shirt. New shirt courtesy of Chubbies. I absolutely love it. Are you ready for some football? Well, Chubbies is here to help you with their NFL collection. Whether you're tailgating, grilling, or riding the highs and lows of the game from your couch, Chubbies has the official licensed NFL gear to keep you looking like the ultimate fanatic. With bold designs featuring your favorite NFL teams, Chubbies game day gear isn't just comfortable, it's clearly a statement. Rep your team's logos in wildly comfortable polos, wave-making swim trunks, and gym-ready mesh shorts. Yeah, you heard that right. Swim trunks with your favorite NFL team's logo on them. Why not? All the comfort and swagger you need to take on every touchdown dance, chest bump, or dramatic fourth quarter meltdown. We've seen plenty of those. Chubbies is the ultimate football apparel brand, so much so they created their own fantasy football league. George Kittle, Ian Rappaport, and others have come together to assemble the Chubbies League on NFL Fantasy. Each week, the top 5 scorers will win a chance at a Chubbies polo shirt or shorts combo, with their team's logo. The grand champion gets the chance at the ultimate fan experience, a 5-city, 5-stadium NFL game tour with a +1, while the fantasy flop faces a hilarious and unforgettable punishment only Chubbies could pull off. Head to chubbyshorts.com/thechubbiesleague to learn more and have some fun. Get ready for the most outrageous fantasy football season of your life, and also maybe pick up one of these polos. For a limited time, use our exclusive code O'Leary for $10 off at chubbyshorts.com/O'Leary. Yes, that includes the NFL collection. Let the thighs out and let the good times roll. Injuries today. There were a lot of them. Here's Aaron Glenn on the latest on the injury front.
On the injury front, we had about 5 guys of note that I want to make sure I talk about. First is Byron Coward. He has an ankle injury. He did that in the endo. AZ trying to break up a pass. He fell on the shoulder. Will in endo had back spasms. All right, so further evaluation on that. Mason Taylor has an high ankle. So he'll be out this week. And Tyrod actually has a knee, all right, and we're still evaluating him. So we'll see how those injuries are, and I'll get back with you guys and make sure I give you more information on that. But that's for today.
Tyrod Taylor dealing with a knee. He doesn't sound all that concerned with Tyrod Taylor. Would imagine he's ready to go for the start of this season, and I think we see him earlier than that. Some other guys banged up, Byron Coward, obviously, but Mason Taylor high ankle sprain stands out because that's the Jets' starting tight end. And Mason Taylor, the Jets are going to need a lot in this offense, both as a pass catcher and as someone who's going to chip in as a blocker in the run game. On Mason Taylor, I thought it was interesting. Aaron Glenn was asked about, concern of Mason Taylor missing time, and he shut that down pretty quickly.
With Mason, we've talked a lot about the acclimation from college to the NFL for tight ends and how challenging it can be. If he's going to miss a few weeks here with a high ankle sprain, is that a little alarming that he's going to be, I know he's still going to be in meetings, but he's going to be missing some valuable time on the field?
Well, you guys are the one that said it was challenging. I never said that. He's a damn good player. He has the pedigree of playing that, of being just an NFL player because of his dad. So I think he's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about that player at all.
Look, I get what AG's saying, and he's always going to have his guys back, and I'm confident in Mason Taylor being a good NFL player also, but I don't want to see a rookie ever miss time. Even the first-round pick, Armand Membu. Yeah, there's a reason he went 7th overall, but I want these youngsters and the guys who haven't played in the league yet to get all the reps necessary. So I'm not saying throw in the towel, it's all over on Mason Taylor because he's going to miss a couple weeks with a high ankle, but I am saying that I would prefer him to be on the football field, and it's a slight concern that we may see a slow start because he didn't get a full training camp. Justin Fields also commented on the passing game struggles.
It's a great opportunity to see, how we're going to respond on Thursday. So, like I said, it's inevitable. You're going to have these days in training camp. That's why we're out here. That's why we're out here working. And, defense, they won the day at the end of the day. So, like I said, it's about how we respond on Thursday, and we got to come out hot. So.
He says it's something that they're going to work on, an opportunity to get back on the field on Thursday and get to work and get this thing going right. The Jets play a game this week. On Saturday, the Jets will be playing the Green Bay Packers in week 1 of the preseason. I mentioned it earlier in the video. Still TBD on whether or not we're going to see any or how much of the starters, but very curious to see how the rest of this week of practice goes and what this team looks like in an actual game setting. So stay tuned to the channel for more coverage. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.